Welcome to Spirits and Cousins. Hey everyone, this is Courtney. Tish is not here with us tonight, but I have a lovely co-host, and this is Sarah Fae. You might remember her from the Metaphysical podcast. She's a metaphysical master, and we are excited to talk with you about this eclipse season. Hey,
Yes,
Sarah.
we are. Hi,
Thank
honey.
you so much for coming on. I'm excited to have you.
So am I. Thank you.
We were having this discussion about the eclipse the other night, and we thought it would be a lot of fun to record a short episode and talk about what is eclipse season, what is this eclipse season, and to give you more information about it.
Yes, it is a spiritual reckoning with oneself for sure.
Explain more, please.
Well, there are two a year, and eclipses are spiritually used to wrap up old things we need to close up. And this one is going to start on September 17th, but those who are spiritually inclined may start feeling the energies in the 15th, and it could last until the 19th, depending on how you feel things and what goes on.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting eclipse season. What I'm reading and understanding and intuitively getting to is that this one is a big one regarding the year 2006.
2006 I was a mom. I had three babies. I was a mom. It was a hard year. So yes, I'm closing that chapter up. Which makes sense because I only have one more kid to graduate. So there I am wrapping that portion of my life up.
That is great. So yeah, that is a wonderful cycle to be ending. That's so cool.
That's yeah, just a simple explanation. Many other people have way more deeper things they're taking care of from 2006.
I think 2006 is the year that I figured out that I'm a very strong empath and began my metaphysical journey.
I think that's about the year we met. It was either 2006 or 2007 when we started our journey together. Look at
Oh,
us wrapping this up.
that's so cool. So this one is a harvest supermoon lunar eclipse.
Yes. It's gonna start about 8:45, and if you really want to see it, about 10:45 is about the time to get your ass outside.
And she's talking about Eastern Standard Time, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
Because that'll be different here in California. That's then about 5:45. And
Correct.
in Minnesota, that would then be 7:45.
Yes. See, look at you good. You're so good with numbers.
Woohoo! Off the top of my head. This one will be really neat though, because a ring of fire is going to happen.
Yes, that moon is going to have a very beautiful red hue to it. And because it's the harvest moon, is usually closer to the earth. So it's going to be that super moon that's gorgeous when you wake up in the morning.
Oh, it is going to be really beautiful.
Oh, can't wait.
So, what's going to happen with this start of the eclipse season? We are actually starting this current season with a lunar eclipse. And that's interesting because lunar eclipses are all about, like you were saying earlier, transformation and also endings.
Yes. Yes, we are for sure letting go of the old. We were talking about 2006, we're wrapping that up. Self reflection is going to be a big thing. Any decisions you made in the past may come back right about now and bite you in the ass. So maybe it's time to take care of those things. Connection with the divine, you may need to ground a whole lot more. It may be really hard for you to focus, or you might just be an emotional basket case.
Those are excellent points. So, really, just make sure that you're giving yourself some ease and grace and love as you move through this because it might be a little hard. It might be similar to like a Mercury in retrograde because Mercury in retrograde is
Correct.
all about endings and letting go and figuring out how you can move forward.
Correct. And whereas Mercury retrograde is kind of a hibernation because in that point you don't sign contracts, you don't buy big purchases, you just kind of stand back. But with this one, you get to be active in it. You may feel like you want to change your diet. Maybe heavy foods are too much. You might be tired, be drained. You, like I say, may want to have to cry some stuff out just to get it the hell out of your system because you're still holding on to it energetically, even though you're not thinking of it at this point in time. It might just pop up out of the blue.
Well, that makes sense. So really make sure that you are engaging with your feelings and allowing them to help you let go. Okay.
Therapy. It's time for your self therapy.
Take lots of bubble baths, my friends.
Oh, that's no joke. Having a bath and taking a shower, some of your favorite essential oils, cleanse yourself before the lunar eclipse will help you to release easier.
That's great. What do you do during eclipse seasons?
I am a crystal girl, so I put my crystals outside in order to be enhanced by the energies out there. I also make lunar water where you stick
Ooh,
a I usually use like a mason jar, anything glass. I don't like to use plastic for that. But you set it outside with the intention that that water is going to vibrate with the lunar energies. And then you can drink it and you'll be able to feel those energies whenever you feel like you need a boost. It's a
very cool.
lunar Red Bull. It's a lunar Red Bull.
I like that. Yeah, so it just sounds like we all need to be kind to ourselves because we might be going through a lot.
If there's any other stoneheads out there, if you want specifics as to what stones to have on you to kind of help alleviate or enhance the energies that you want. Quartz, pyrite, tiger eye, sunstone, tourmaline, selenite, amethyst, moonstone. There's a whole bunch of them. Any stone that does a reflection, because that's what the moon does is reflect. Those are very good stones to have. Otherwise, just go with your gut. Your inner self will tell you which stone to grab to make you feel better.
Okay. What stone are you thinking is going to work for you?
I actually have my pyrite skull.
Ooh. We're going to have to do a short episode on skulls stones.
I got two more, so now I have, I think, 37. So, yeah.
Yes, we will. I'm feeling a pull. I haven't been wearing my rings in a while. I'm not quite sure why. I'm feeling a pull to start wearing my moonstone one again, and I'm my intuition is saying that it's because of this eclipse coming up, and it'll help
Yes.
provide some ease for me.
I think everybody, it's so cliche, but after 2020, I think everybody went into this hibernation period where we all just kind of separated from each other and we kind of hid and we're just kind of unsure of these new routines that we all of a sudden had to have. And now I think is a time that we can kind of come back together and find ourselves again. So getting back into those habits, using your stones for affirmations and whatnot, is probably something everybody's feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I was telling you earlier that I've been struggling lately, feeling like it's almost Mercury in retrograde. I've had a lot of electronic issues, a lot of miscommunication too. And while we are not 2 days away from the start of the energy for September 17th lunar eclipse, do you think that could be a piece of what's going on right now?
Oh, for sure. And you have to also think that here in Minnesota, we're going to see the Northern Lights tonight.
So
Yeah.
geomagnetic
And
storms, which actually can increase all of those things
yes,
too.
correct. So it's going to feel a lot harsher, a lot more intense for some people.
Okay, that makes sense. So again, for those of you going through it, give yourself some grace, ease, and love.
Correct.
So, from my understanding, you have a reading for us, Sarah.
I do have a reading. I pulled three different cards tonight from my Enchanted Oracle. And it was fitting because almost every card is kind of on the dark side because it has moons, it has fairies, it has moths, just a little bit of embracing that dark side of us that we always don't always get a chance to embrace and appreciate. So the first card I pulled is called Dark Enchantment. Um, and this is more about the past. This is asking, did we make mistakes? Are they coming back to haunt us? did that choice you made back then lead you where you wanted to go, or is it where you needed to go?
Hmm.
So is it a goal that you decided that choice for, or is you something else you made that choice for and it led you away from your goal? In this card, the fairy is holding a candle and there's a moth. So what happens when a moth goes to a flame, usually it gets burnt. So
Mhm.
that's the big thing. Are you the moth, or are you going to avoid that temptation and actually work harder to get where you want to be?
Or perhaps were you the flame that either was burning bright or almost overextending itself and getting too hot?
Correct.
So maybe
And
was a heavy emotional year too.
correct. So stay motivated. And if anybody out there is on the witchy persuasion, an orange candle is a good thing to light to help you embrace that side and reevaluate your choices. And then number two is dragoness. This is asking, are you the hunter or the prey? Are you being manipulated, or are you manipulating someone else?
Okay.
So in this picture, the dragoness is a fairy with dragon wings. She's sitting on a pillar. So either she's there protecting herself, or she's going to use others to get what she wants. The question is, what are you doing at this point in order to reach your goals and become the person you want to be? So,
Surrender.
correct. Vulnerability.
Mhm.
And then the last one, which is fitting for this eclipse, is Renaissance Rose. It's about rebirth and revival. That old stuff you didn't finish up in 2006 is coming back. So now your choice is, are you going to re embrace it and use it to your advantage? Or have you decided to maybe leave it alone? Could be hobbies, could be friends, could be lovers, could be old habits, any of those things. They're going to come back, bite you in the butt and say, hey, am I here for your good, or am I going to leave because I don't help at all?
So it sounds like also, and what I'm getting is that you will have a lot of people will have a choice of whether to embrace this change and embrace letting go and surrendering, or it sounds like what I'm feeling is that, um, or you will fight against it and not
Correct.
change and do what you did back in 2006, which means you're not letting go, you're not surrendering, and it is harder to move forward.
Correct. Yep. It's all about the path in front of you where you want your feet to go.
Okay. So you can choose to be your own enemy or you can choose to be your own love.
Well put.
I guess I know which path I'm taking, but it's also probably not going to be an easy path. And with having all of these possible temptations in our way, we have to choose whether or not we engage with them or move on.
And welcome to being human.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Plain and simple. That's why we're here in this dimension, this time, this place. Is it's all about lessons and deciding what we're going to take from this experience.
Yeah. So much of it is about how to move forward and how we respond to all the different pieces in our life, whether it's metaphysical, whether it's right in our face and concrete. We have a choice, but this eclipse season, it's going to be pretty intense. Like I said,
Yes.
similar to a Mercury in retrograde, so it's going to be more intense than just everyday life.
Correct. Correct. We're not sitting into a routine on this one. This one is gonna upset a lot of things, a lot of routines, a lot of monetary things. It could really do a doozy in someone, but it might be the thing that person needs in order to get their butt in gear.
Yes. My spirit guides often say, Courtney, we need to hit you with a gigantic semi truck in order for you to see some things sometimes, which is
Yes.
true. Hopefully I've moved past that pretty decently.
So far, so good. I think your semi truck is covered in bubble wrap because they've been doing a pretty good job so far.
Oh, my team is a little wild. A little too protective, actually.
They always are.
Yes. Well, and the cool thing too, like we said, we'll have another short episode about the solar eclipse. And this lunar eclipse, with this ending, this letting go and surrendering, is going to move us really beautifully into the solar eclipse. So I'm really excited to
Yes.
have that discussion with you because it's going to give people that ease.
Yes. So this is kind of like being thrown into a hurricane just for a small bit where it doesn't take everything out, but it's just enough that we get to paradise in a couple weeks and then we'll feel better for the things we've learned from what we've gone through.
Yeah, we will. And the cool thing too is bringing us right into Halloween season. Woohoo! My favorite time of
Woohoo!
the year.
Totally. One of my sons was born on Halloween for a reason. He hates it.
Is there anything else that you think would be helpful for everyone to know about the lunar eclipse, Sarah?
One good thing that always works, especially with like besides cleansing the self, be sure to cleanse your space. Sage and bay leaves are your friends. Burn them on the lunar eclipse and burn them on the solar eclipse and burn them whenever the hell you feel like you need to. But sage and bay leaves are a girl's best friend.
Also, remember to keep a door or window cracked open so all of that
Yes.
junk can go outside. And then you thank Mother
Yes.
Earth or Gaia for taking that energy and transmuting it into something beautiful.
And if you're a traditionalist, you always start in the east.
Okay. And even this time before the eclipse starts on the 17th, you can take some time and reflect on what you would really like to let go of and think about what 2006 meant for you, what happened in 2006 that might still be impacting your life.
Exactly. Exactly. If you kept journals, even if you go on your Google Photos and go back to 2006 and look at pictures you've taken at that point in time, we have a digital treasure trove of information on our phones and whatnot. So you can go back and see the people that were with you at that point in time. Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah. I'm so excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be here with you again, Courtney. You're one of my favorite people.
Same. How can anyone get a hold of you if they want to get a reading or have you make a wand for them?
I am on Instagram at sarahfaehealing and it's sarahfaehealing at gmail.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Anytime, love.
And this is Courtney with Spirits and Cousins. Thank you so much for joining us. Reach out to us with our Gmail address, spiritsandcousins@gmail.com. You can find us on TikTok at Spirits and Cousins, and the same thing with Instagram and Facebook. We love to hear your paranormal stories. Please reach out. And if you've had any really great readings from people, also reach out to us if you are interested in sharing your story. Have a good one.
Bye.